Get of the day.
That's right. The garden's at its end, isn't it? Right.
Into a really
Lilo, like Lilo and Stitch.
It's fine, she got it.
Nobody was listening to me. I saw you.
It happens more than that.
We're right here.
Oh, dude, y'all know me why I'm leaving.
Can we get a picture? Thank you.
No problem.
Like you want really good food, it's expensive, but like,
Thank you. No problem. Absolutely. Happy Halloween.
I just said it 3 times.
That's the second time I've heard that.
Oh wow, like his ad. Thanks, Pastor.
No problem.
Thanks, Pastor, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. No problem.
Yeah, I was telling you about your dog.
Yeah,
Hey, buddy, you barking here? Oh, I know you smell my dinner. That's my dinner today. I know you want it. You can't have my dinner. I know you smell it. You know it.
barbecuing, yeah?
Hey.
Wait, sit. Sit. Come here.
It's okay.
She knows her mother's here, that's why.
Oh, you got a hook.
Michael, we need to grab her elbow. No, you don't.
It is, thank you.
It is. I didn't realize that was
Thank you.
So if you see Bridget Bishop attack you, she at some point gave the devil or a demon permission, whether she was fully aware she was doing that or not. So a lot of what she did.
They did. And I was called. I mean, like, who does somebody call for like an emergency? And I
This is all. This house is from like 637.
oh.
I know, it's sad. It's like, I can't,
The station.
Where are you guys gonna go? I want to go to that store over there and look at.
Yeah.
How do I do it, Hannah? You should be able to drag it.
I think I heard about her.
If you're looking for walking tour this evening, I strongly recommend you purchase your ticket sooner than later. They are selling very, very quickly. It is the most popular thing to do in Salem during the month of October.
Where are you guys gonna go? I want to go to that store over there and look at.
Yeah.
How do I do it, Hannah?
As I mentioned, folks, ticket color of the day here in the neighborhood is red. You must have a red paper ticket to gain entry into any attraction here in the neighborhood. If you bought your tickets online before coming to Salem, head to either end of the alleyway, show us your electronic confirmation, and we will get you your ticket of the day.
That's what my mom was like. She was like, what the fuck, you know?
Tickets sooner than later. They are selling very, very quickly. It is the most popular thing to do in Salem during the month of October.
Partridge in a pear tree.
There's that side of it, and the other side of it is.
You know what? It's happened a few times where I'm like, that's right, master's degree, good job. Yeah. Paying for yourself for decades now.
Right. Give it something. Give it something. Should we give it?
She does. She loves those trees.
That was work today. Look, that one just shit.
just looks so good.
Yeah, but wasn't it more existing? Oh, I have one from the site already.
Oh, does it? Come on.
Maybe that's a good thing. That
Wolf next door, espresso and coffee.
Making the bed.
eating that. She's thinking it. She just sits there.
I mean, it had on our street. Or, yeah, Carrie. She even got on the side so he could take off instead of being on the smart kid.
I mean, he is 35.
Yeah.
5? 6? I've seen a lot of games. 7? Huh?
You can go, guys. Go.
I can't guarantee.
The garden's at its end, isn't it? Right? It's like now fall. But you can imagine.
I guess it's your choice if you want to take the risk or not.
Is there a sign right here?
Well, it's the whole neck.
I see the green signs here. Like I see all the green signs.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're gonna be a coat closet.
Oh, sorry, you're good.
They have no.
We'll go flower for another minute, and then we'll head out. JR on the front of it. Get it out over the. You do have it. You gonna call it back?
Less busy. They put a new barrier. Okay, so
Yeah, we'll take one.
She's done it before. Have you done it before?
No, I have not. This is gonna be my first time.
Oh, then we're gonna go back that way?
Have a hard enough time with red looking. Alright?
Probably the same as yours.
Mine was good. Lo bueno botánica me gusta. ¿No quieres ganar?
You got me.
that's the one I picked out for you.
And it's little too.
I could be persuaded. You'll be like, it's your
I think it's old though.
Born like that.
I've never been to
This sort of reminds me of
Yeah, take those.
Where? For what?
Well,
That's the parking garage, right? Yeah. That's it over there. No? I think that's the parking garage, right? Yep.
Make more sense to go left. Because you park it that way.
You're right. Cut left.
What did I tell you?
Imagine that's a girl. I'm just done. Like, I'm glad we did it.
Wait,
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Should I just go get one? Okay, the same one. What's another? Does anybody else want one of the tacos like Maria has?
Rainier Village. Sanderson sisters get put into a really large can. About 200 years later, current day, 1990s. Some terrible teen leaving a candle on fire.
But I've also been here, so like I don't know.
Let him do it. Put it in his bucket.
I didn't do it.
Like in his hand.
No, we didn't go. How far it's taking us from the bar, probably.
Yeah, I don't want to walk over. But it's at the house.
This is where it is.
That's like something for a watch.
She put it in the car seat.
Have we got everyone out of the store? Mine or in the car?
Everybody clap your hands. Clap, 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 clap. Sir, why you not clapping in the back? You with the blue hat. Yes, you. Why you not clapping? Everybody. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Who's not clapping? Oh my God. Everybody clap. Oh my God. You too, baby. Goo goo gaga. Everybody, what the hell are you doing? Fake bullfighting. Now, it is showtime. We have two simple rules to the show. Rule number one, you see anything in the show that you like, you clap. Rule number two, you see anything in the show that you don't like, you still clap. Folks, we have a manager in the white tuxedo. He goes by the name of Philip. Fill up the bucket right there. Show your love, support the arms. The top is it. Now, on the count of three, I need everybody to make as much noise as possible so we can get the show started. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3! And one more thing. 6, 7.
Did you make it? L?
I was just walking.
Do you want to cross there?
You want the phone names? Alright, so that is going to be $12.75. And if you're paying with your phone, you can come out of
Keep coming in through that sticker holder entrance, folks, and have the sticker card for your entire party facing the staff member at the front. Thank you.
I know.
Wait, you're talking about fire?
Oh!
Robert, you're so
Zero by 10. Everybody say, oh, I give you a 4, I give you 5 to the restaurant. Oh, we gotta go. We gotta get
Send it to me.
So I win no matter what. Yes.
So you can just throw what?
Oh.